last year she had got very ill, and I'm under the belief that she'd had to carry the oxygen mask around with her more often, and I think she knew. She just knew it was her time. But I think she knew for everyone else it was going to be very, very hard to let her go. But I sat for a while, as I said, and I'm talking to the candle, and I had to accept that this girl, for all these years, had suffered, and she survived, and she saw life for everything that was great. She never cared if the worst happened. For her, every day of her life could be the last day, and she knew that. She knew that from the minute she was born, and could, understand language. She was made perfectly clear that she had to be very careful because of how ill she was. It come across to me in the candle that when she said she was unsure, I was like, well, I've got to accept that, this isn't my decision. This is her decision. And I said to her, like, this is your decision. And if you feel that you've got to go and you can't put up with it no more and you can't cope, then we'll understand, we'll get through it. We know as well as much as you knew that this one day could happen. And I said to her, if you're not feeling strong enough to come back, just to make sure that we're okay, I said, then you need to do what is right for you. And I didn't ask, I didn't want to know if she was going to or not. I left that decision to her. But I know that before I think that she was in that limbo that you hear about people that passed over and they can see themselves in that, and they can see themselves from high above. I feel that she was very much in that place, very much in that place of, does she come back or does she go? And from me talking to the candle, I felt that she was saying to me, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. There's a lot of people I'm going to leave behind and a lot of people I'm going to miss. But at the same time, she was so ill, could she cope with that? Could she cope with how her body was going to react when she came back? And I told her, we'll understand. If you want to go, you can go. And after I did the candle, I'm sure, actually, thinking about it, wasn't very long after the candle, within a couple of hours maybe, that I'd heard that she actually had chose to give up the fight and pass over. As you can see from how I am, it's not easy to talk about, but when you see someone suffering for so long, it's easier to understand. I could have sworn I just saw an orb or something go past me then. Yeah, it's easy to understand that it's better for them to do what they need to do for them than to come back and suffer for us. And I let her go, and I was glad, I was happy that she came and spoke to me for the last time before she went. For me, it felt like that closure. And I was very honest with my brother, and I told him that I'd had a conversation. My brother is very much like me, he's very much in tune. Not as psychic, but he's very much in tune. He picks up on sense and feeling, and he is a bit of an empath himself. And to be fair, I think it brought him peace that he knew that she'd come and spoken to me, and that, she'd made it perfectly clear that it was a hard decision that she had to make. And I think her knowing that everyone, no matter what, everyone would find a way, whether it was now or later, we'd still have to find a way. And if she felt that she didn't want to come back, then it was okay to go. And as I said, I'm glad that I just got to speak to her that one last time. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you, and we're going to be back later. It's been very hard. We're going to be back later with some actual EVP sessions and some light sessions and that. And we're going to start with another part of season to the channel. And you never know, we may get some of these people come through tonight and who I've talked about today, and maybe they send a message through for their loved ones. Since me and Emma have been in here today recording, I've covered 4 very upsetting like, you know, things that have happened in the past. But there's been a lot of activity. Me and Emma are both shivering. We've both had goose pimples. Keep seeing a lot of orbs and activity. This could also be the fact that they're, you know, spirit are aware. They're with us all the hours of the day. They know what we're up to. And, you know, we've been talking about this since yesterday. So maybe they're just getting prepared and getting ready to jump in and on the bandwagon. But I'd like to think that it's the spirits that I've been talking about and that they've been here to support me whilst talking about these upsetting stories. But anyway, I'm going to leave it with you, and we'll get back and we'll talk again. Speak to you soon. Bye.